Did you hear that I'm sorry, excuse me, Elon Musk is buying Google or YouTube? Oh, but that look like I'll probably get a lot of views then. Yeah, it's pretty corrupt, I think. I don't know what's going on, but listen. Hey, everybody. Hello. It's Sylvia. No makeup. I'm naturally beautiful. See that? Yeah, someone was like, who puts on eyebrow pencil? Who colors their eyebrows? Yeah, because they have thick, bushy, raunchy, roachy. I won't be ugly. They have nice, thick eyebrows that are pretty wild. The women and the men in the family. Well, mine look like my mom's. So there's like their family. Do we have the same eyebrows? They're just a little thicker, like Jewish people. Anyway, whatever the case, I was basically trying to figure out exorcism. Yeah. So they basically have really thick eyebrows, and I don't know. So I put on the pencil, and this person needing spiritual guidance said, "Who puts on these? Who draws them on?" I'm like, well, and this is the person that dyes their hair, dyes their beard or mustache or their hairs, real. So who does that? Let's be fair. I don't care. That was no real point. I just wanted to say it. But anyway, hey, everybody! I'm excited. It's like a countdown to something great. I don't know what this is, but it's phenomenal. But then we still have political air and things like that that's going on. But in individual lives, man, things are about to get gooder. Oh my God, finally. So I came on because I wanted to say that although we are, let me show you some of these scallywags over there playing with me. See the little dude over there? I don't know. He's like the little neighborhood alley crack baby. He got a lot of energy. He's skinny. I missed it. My camera wasn't open on the back of my phone. But he was on a white t-shirt. I keep picking up cream. Maybe he had cream on the other day. See the white t-shirt guy? Let me see if I can zoom in. This fool, there he is a fool. Like he be running. Like if he rob you, he could run fast, and you can tell he's cocky, like a little street punk, basically, just going around saying who. And I promise you, somebody promised him drugs or something. He'll say, "Gotcha." I can feel it. It's just a person that stands around and do whatever. So anyway, whatever the case. So I hate to say this, but I do feel that there are agencies that are formed by whatever principle or okay. And they sometimes do diabolical things to people. I just heard about the DIA. What the frick? Department of, I forget what that stands for, but look at it. Man, there's so many NSA, NASA. Oh my God. Man, there's just a lot of them, and they're linked to the government, which is us. We are the government. So again, this could be your neighbor, like CIA. They could never tell that they're in the CIA. Some people take a chance and do it, but man, you'd never know. And so if someone was to tell you just out of being fabulous, yeah, I'm in the CIA, you'd never know if it's true or not. My kid's father did that, something like that. And then this clown seemed like he went into that type of skit. So what if someone is finessing as if they're the CIA and they're paying people money? All I do know is whatever these agencies are, whether they're churches, someone said they were Illuminati, told me I needed to pay $1,000 into this group in order for them to take care of me. Hello, honey. Am I the government? We all are, honey. You may not think it, but they're waiting on you to go to sam.gov and set up a business and sell them stuff. If you go to a government building, I don't care if it's the White House, you can probably get contracts there under sam.gov. You have to have a small business or a business LLC, I think, preferably some type of business. You bid on the contracts. You do go through some steps. You do get different codes, but you absolutely can bid on these contracts. If you are in the transportation business, you can absolutely sign up to work as a contractor or a provider or vendor to the government. If you work at a hospital, clinic, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not going to say it's whatever, but they pay a lot better than, even usajobs.gov. If you are a nurse or something of that nature, you could work for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. It depends on what you do. If you are a psychiatrist, instead of working in these small sectors, you can go to usajobs.gov and find better jobs that pays more in the same field. But again, you are bidding with veterans and things like that. So if you're a veteran, you get some advantage, even with the bids, I think. If you put on there that you are a veteran or some type of whatever, covered under the Veterans Act or whatever that little box is, I believe you get preferential treatment. If you are disabled in some cases as a veteran, you get preferential treatment, I believe. As long as they go through your background and you're not on anybody's boo-boo list. You know how people like to, although you may have done all great things like myself, and somewhere in the world somebody still has an X next to your name saying blacklist. It's like, I didn't do anything. Why do they keep blacklisting me? And it's like, no one can move it but God. You can be the greatest scientist, greatest mother. You can be the greatest wife, greatest daughter, greatest sister. And someone will put you on that list that says, no love for you. To me, you're evil. I hope you never find anything you want. Huh? Wow. But God, baby. But God. So, yeah. I do believe some of these businesses or people that pose as these businesses thinking this is a project mentality, by the way, in some cases. Anytime you're using evil as numbers, like, oh, it's just one of her and 8 of us, 12 of us, 13 of us, oh, it's 17 of us, and it's just one of her. We could take her. We could take him. You've lost all your power at that point. You could have 1,000,000 against one, and you still lose. Because it's an injustice. All that, it's an injustice. It's simply an injustice. And no one will respect you. You may have won that little war, but you're going to hell. Going to hell. That's rude. One person, really? It took all you guys to mess with one person, really. That's evil, diabolical, and ungodly. Anyway, I believe that in some cases, they may have suspicions through theft or inspections or a lot of complaints in certain areas, cities, states, counties, countries, communities, that there's theft. And they let it roll. They don't say anything. They let it roll. And they may set up a sting at some point where they're going to give people the opportunity to do the right thing, whether they work in the post office, they are customers, or just thieves. So they send in these CIA folks to govern and watch you. Because if someone's saying you're doing something very illegal, like stealing mail or touching children or, eating kids or selling kids or something like that, yep, they go into action. What does this action look like? Let me think. Anything. It's legal most times, not always. Sometimes you have to go in unorthodox. Sometimes you have to go in traditionally and find out what's going on, especially if there's a lot of complaints. But Mel, let's check it out. Say someone is doing fraud somewhere, somehow. I wouldn't know what that looks like. But just say they are. And they've gotten really accustomed to doing such things in certain states, countries. You know, it's like maybe people know when people are elderly or maybe under some type of duress, such as being stressed out, being pressured, being put into stress, where they could possibly pass away or have a stroke or heart attack or something due to all this stress and pressure. And somehow people get word like, why does this area keep having these people die? And how come we keep paying out these policies? And why does it look so legit? You know, stuff like that. What's up, right? So they launched an investigation using undercover folks that might live next to you, under you, by you. But these are the people that were stealing. So these are the people that have been organizing or networking to do this. But they hired them to be deputized to watch somebody. And instead of them just watching this person and being their friend, because they know what they've done, I don't know where this is coming from. I promise you that. But because they know what they've done, they decide that they're going to be the ones to actually harm this person under their oath. Because they know what they did to that person. How does this happen? Just say this agency goes and sends out, because checks keep coming up missing mostly, or insurance policies are weird, or wheels or something. So they send out a big old goofy check. Big goofy check. And somebody takes it. And they're like, okay, we gotta get rid of this person. But they've taken this oath. Aren't they smart? And they're like, well, shoot, well, maybe we can do this under oath then. I mean, you got deputized, I got deputized. Let's to get the person. Let's make up something. Now, remember, they're supposed to be reporting back to someone that's supposed to be orchestrating this, the head of it, which could also be crooked. These people literally go into kill somebody mode. And no one's saving this person. I guess because they know these people are really cowards. They're not really organized and nobody really wants to go to jail, but they're greedy. So they gotta look like they're trying, but they quite can't do it because they're not really hardened criminals. They're just greedy. But it was attempted. So they're looking at how this money is funneling through the community now. And naturally, there's always a mold, right? There's an MOLE. So this person's getting the first eye scoop of it all. Like what? And I mean, this goes deep. This goes back to the 70s, right? So you're looking at this whole fiasco of all these little rats running around doing all this stuff. And you're like, boy, people's minds are small. Their minds are small. They don't think big at all. They're like little rats on little circles. They just running, doing stuff they supposed to. So they look at all this stuff going on and looking at how everybody's doing everything, how people got cocky and lost their mind and identity, and how they're doing weird things and they shouldn't be doing those things, and they're just going through some stuff. And they lose sight on what they're supposed to be doing because now they're all fighting about stuff they shouldn't be fighting about because it wasn't their business to take something in the first place or the first couple of times. So I don't know what tipped off this thing except someone's name was protected in the system. And there could have been a 30-year investigation from what I'm hearing because it was continuous. It's like by the time people discovered one thing, there was something else. Like, I mean, you should move in at some point, and maybe people did serve time at some point for some things, but they got out and went right back to it. Same old stupid. Same old stupidity. They didn't grow up. So, you keep seeing this pattern of people that keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And people just watch. And one person finally stands up and says, H no, not me. Oh, H no. And they actually stand up and do the right thing. And it's like, well, now, somebody has a brain here. Oh, what? Wait, we're hearing that this person's involved too. Let's look at that. Let's go back and look at nope. You know, this person did the right thing. We have to reward them. We have to reward this person. So everybody that was involved in all this fraud, that's sad. Just being greedy over a false check. It must have been nice, child. Woo, Lord, it must have been nice. Now, it could have been a real payout somewhere, but no, they set this up. They didn't get to, oh man, hey, they fell for it. So they went and bought houses, cars. They went and took trips. They went and sold stuff, stole stuff, did some things, set up some brothels, businesses, all kinds of stuff, and that's why it's crumbling. It doesn't belong to anybody. It was a false account. It was false money. It's false identity because these were false people. Where'd that come from? But I do believe that sometimes that's the joke. The silver lining. People thought they were laughing at you and doing stuff and making you suffer, and they was making plans and babies, and they were just going to take you out and chose who they was going to choose based on friends, not using their own brain, thinking for themselves. And they chose the phony life. I kept picking up something like that. Like, something is phony. And by golly, I keep trying to tell this story and I can't quite get it out. I think I did okay. It's not the best, but that's what happens when you steal. It's like a false habitat. It's a false identity. It's a false life. And this is why a lot of people, even if they keep the home, the car, the bikes, and the money, it's like they lose themselves. They lose their lives in a sense because it'll never be the same. They always got to look over their shoulder. You know, they always got to flashback to what they did to get it. And that's miserable. Oh, my heart. It's miserable. But greed. Won't greed do it? Mm-mm-mm. And the Bible tells you clearly, don't get into these karma fits, these sin fits, these evil fits, these I'ma whoop your butt fits. I'm telling you, y'all don't have to listen to me. God is the Father. And if you're going above the law, I think you're above the law. If you think you're above your community, if you think you're above your mayor, if you think you're above what's right, period, no matter what your title is, that's when God regulates. I heard it's a slow burn. So like sometimes it takes a while to churn to get thick. Oh Lord, it's a slow burn. But when it comes through, it's purifying. I don't want to experience that. I ain't perfect. I mean, I can go to hell today or tomorrow. I can go to hell at the end of time. You know, at the end of your life, you end up getting something that you can't shake off and you miss it. Okay? So ain't nobody exempt. I'm just telling you what it is. I didn't write the book. Just because I spoke, it don't make me right. Okay? I'm just telling you what I feel. It's so sad that people do this. So if someone received a check that wasn't theirs and cashed it and trickled it down through the community and chose who they like and, you know, like they all picked their own little schoolmate friends and nieces, nephews, sisters, cousins, whoever they chose to go out into the sunset with this false identity, this false habitat, this false money. Yeah, at midnight. It's all gonna shut down. And only God knows that midnight in someone's life. So that brings me to, I was thinking about this too. The story in the Bible of Nebuchadnezzar. You know, he was a great man, great follower. He had gold and all that stuff. And yeah, he was doing his thing, honey. He was. And he decided that he was greater than God. And so one day God put a tree over in his community or whatever, his kingdom. And people were like, what's that tree? Oh my God. And all these branches fell because it went as high as heaven almost. And it's like they couldn't see this tree. You know, like where it started and ended. I mean, you could see it from miles away. And I mean, it went way up. Like we could see the top of these trees generally. But this tree in his province or wherever it was, great. Like you couldn't see where it ended or whatever. So everybody was like, woo, where did that tree come from? That was God putting it there, letting him know that this is representation of you. So the more prideful you are, the more I'm going to allow this tree to break down and fall apart, right? So that's what happened. God has sent several warnings. They said for 365 days, I don't know, for a year to correct himself, redirect his energy, stop thinking he's God because he's not. And he ignored all of that. I mean, God sent him all kinds of stuff, and he was like, right? So, see, she in the wrong neighborhood to be doing this Jezebel stuff, trying to show her little body. See, because she thinks somebody, she competing with somebody. Jezebel, right? Yeah, she in the wrong community for all that. Because that little Mexican man can get them bullets. These people crazy over here. Not nobody want the little girl. Okay? Nobody want the little girl. She's probably his daughter with all them hips. But I think she tried to compete with somebody to show her little shape. She better watch herself. But she ended up, he ended up standing that energy, getting a pride, making him bigger and bigger in his head. Like, oh, I don't have to listen to God. I do what I want to do. I'm the king, never get out there. He kept getting more and more built up, more and more full of himself. And so God kept telling him, I'm gonna have to bust you down. I'm gonna have to break you down. He's not listening. Old 365. He ain't having it. He is not having it. He's not having it. He's not having it. Look at it. She's in the wrong community for all that. I know they eat them beans and things. They can't help it, but I'm just saying. She's in the wrong community for all that. This ain't the right community for all that. So, yeah, everybody backing up today. What is going on right here? So, now this car. See everybody backing up in this little corner. Are they moving out maybe? Anyway, it's people ignorant. I don't know what this black car doing, but I'm gonna go upstairs. I don't want no run-ins with nobody. I don't want no problems. Anyway, so I don't know what he looking for. The whole dress, whatever he looking for. Anyway, so somebody's gonna get a visit from some angels. Yes. I don't know what he looking for. So somehow, he looking for a car. Hold on, guys. Hello, reconnected for me. Hey. So anyway, let's go. Man, it's chilly. I should go sit in the sun. So somehow, Nebuchadnezzar kept ignoring it, and people, I guess, God was sending all kind of messages and messengers and all kinds of synchronicities that I said, humble yourself. He didn't listen. He didn't want it. And that's the thing about God. He gives you opportunities. 365, they said, plus some all day, 24 hours a day for 365. He was getting warnings to stop trying to think he was great as God. Did he listen? No. So God made him like an animal, right? Gave him claws and everything. And finally, I heard it was a happy ending. I don't know. Finally, he came to himself and said, I've been missing out on all this stuff. And all this stuff and all this stuff all this time. Being haughty and greedy and thinking I'm as great as God. I need to come to myself. Now, those are probably not the words in the Bible, but basically that's what happened. And so God restored him and he became great again. So he went from this fine, strapping, great man of God to this man, I believe, that crawled on all fours with claws and nails like an animal, eating from the ground, just for thinking he was equal to God. Amazing. There's nothing wrong with thinking you have the powers of God, but to be equal. No, you can be a small God all day, but to think that you are God, no. No, baby. No, 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 no. Okay, there you go. Do you need all that out here? She can find nothing else to wear today, huh? You know, I care less about a stick, but that is curvy. And what I think is, it's not healthy to have all that weight. I know it says it's a European scale that people go by. And no, you can't always control how your body looks and all that stuff, especially. Somebody said, I got big bones. Somebody said, have you ever seen a big boned skeleton? Really? I laughed so hard. Oh my God. Oh, Father. Have you ever seen a big boned skeleton? Really? So, I think it's sad when people judge people based on looks or think that something's wrong with you because you have extra weight on your body. Sometimes the people that are overweight are healthier than those that are slim. I never forget it, years ago, probably in the 80s or 90s. There was a man that worked at a jewel, and I think his name was Dan. I don't think I ever forget him. His name was Dan. He had 80s hair, tall, slim, and one day, I heard he passed away. Now, it could have been a conversation in passing. I was only, 20-something, shoot. 74, 84, shoot, maybe 10, I don't know. Anyway, 10, 12. But I heard the conversation. Oh, how old's Dan? Oh, he passed away. He had diabetes. What? Diabetes killing folks when they do that? Whatever the case. I was thinking to myself, he was so skinny. Because you always equate that with heavy set people. He was skinny, like how wide. And he took this man from a strapping king that ate well, lived well, and his kingdom was as great as him. And because of his pride and haughtiness, thinking he was God or better than God or something equal to God, God took him down to a feeble, grass-eating, claw-having, long nails and toes, long nail, toe and fingernails, eating grass person. He couldn't rule his kingdom. And he finally came to himself and realized that he was not equal to God, otherwise he wouldn't have turned himself to that. And he humbled himself and actually repented. And God restored him back to that great kingdom, and his kingdom came back up. I'm like, that's why I play with God. Y'all play all day if you want to. I'm telling you, I've seen some great kings go down. They might have still been floating from that little piece of rock they had left. But God could have restored them to that great kingdom they once had if they had just, humbled themselves. I'm not judging because no one's made it yet. No one's made it yet. If you can still talk and walk and judge, you have great opportunity to be on the other side now of that spectrum. So, talking to people in the spirit of judgment instead of just teaching. Yeah, or haughtiness or pride or being nasty. Oh, well, we all got opportunity. God will find it for you. Oh, yes, he'll find it for you, honey. No discriminate now. Anyway, my phone says it's low. So God bless you guys. Just want to share that. I do believe in trying to do the right thing all the time, whether someone's watching me or not. Do the right thing, even when no one's watching. And people love to watch me because they sneaky. It's funny. I promise you, people always trying to watch me when they the beady-eyed folks that need to be watched. It's amazing. I promise you, everywhere I go, people, I think they have that ghetto mentality. This person's quiet, you need to watch them, which is stupid. Those are people that have schizophrenia that spread that type of rumor. Or they knew people that were very sneaky. You know, some people use their brains, not their mouth. Although I could talk. Man, I'm so heavy. In other words, it's hard to walk right now. God is good. Someone's been trying to ruin my health where I can't jog, run, be active, and look good and stable. They don't want me to look like this strapping, sexy girl like in them heels going up and down stairs and getting in and out of those trucks with them nice clothes on, them stilettos and things, boots. I wear boots year round. What the hell on it? It's like, oh, you get them every year, huh? You wear them when you want, huh? Watch this. Now I gotta wear gym shoes everywhere. Keep balance. We're gonna get back. Because that's my world, honey. I ain't no squirrel trying to get in there. God bless me tremendously. And I'm gonna act like it. So, have a good day. It's beautiful day. It's kind of cool in the shade. But we gonna make it. Because God, this day he made. Amen. Good day. Bye.